All right. If you guys want to fire away.
Now that you've had a couple days to look back on it, when you guys were playing well against Michigan, how do you feel that you compared to Michigan? Do you feel like you're closer to it? Or how do you feel about where you stack up, I guess?
You know, I feel at times we were close on Saturday. But I think in the big picture, we've still got a ways to go. One of the things I think we need to truly improve on is our belief and our expectations going into every game, no matter who we play against. And that is something that you can't just tell somebody to believe in what's going on and to expect to win. It's easy to say, but you have to live it. You have to believe it in your heart that good things are going to happen if we continue to play this way, or if we start to play this way and stop playing the way we don't want to play. I still feel in watching tape we turned over way too many pucks. So are they not listening to what we're telling them? Has there not been enough negative reinforcement when we turn over pucks and they go score? So I don't know. I'm really interested to see how we respond this week when on paper we're playing more of a team that we're comparable to, again, on paper. And do we play to the level of what we played last Saturday? Or do we start to think too much and think this is a team we should have success against, so we don't have to play to a certain level? It's still too early to know what they're going to get, what we're going to get. I'm hoping that it's the same consistent effort, the same focus, the same intensity as what we've had from the start of practice. That's still yet to be seen. We're looking for older guys to lead the way on that.
Coach, no injuries this weekend. It seemed like everybody got out relatively healthy, other than maybe the normal wear and tear. Mm-hmm. To the best of your knowledge, is anybody nicked up?
We've got some I would say bumps and bruises, but nobody's missed practice due to injury. I don't foresee anyone missing practice due to injury. We've got some maintenance issues that we have. Some guys have to stay on top of, and some old shoulders or an old knee injury or something like that, but nothing new.
Heading into like a non-conference opponent, is there anything you're looking to try? Any lineup changes you're looking to try or test out?
Not because of that it's a non-conference weekend. We're continuously looking and evaluating everybody. We want to make sure guys are buying into us playing a certain way and them playing a certain way within that system. So we may try line combinations that are different than what you saw Saturday, or defensive pairings that are different, or whatever. But it's not because we're playing a non-conference opponent. It's because we're still trying to evaluate, still trying to find line combinations that are going to click for us long term, and so on. So it won't be based on who we're playing against versus more of us continuing to trying to figure out what fits best.
Are you convinced your players are buying into your system, or is that still?
Well, no, I'm not convinced. I think that's something that's going to probably be a work in progress for most of the time. I mean, I truly think they're listening, and I think they're willing. Have they truly bought into it and are living it on a daily basis in practice? I can't say that. I'm not sure if there's a team that can say that. Because I'm looking for greatness every day in practice. I mean, that's what we want. That's what we're striving for. But the issue that I'm having is we're making the same mistakes in practice that we made in the games on Saturday and Friday, and in those games it cost us. So it wasn't my opinion or the coaching staff's opinion that these things are going to cost us if you don't stop doing them. They did cost us. We had absolute reinforcement when the puck is in our net of either playing desperate, dumb hockey and skating yourselves out of position, or turning pucks over constantly to a team that we told them loves to play in transition and will hurt you if you turn pucks over. We seem to be doing some of the same things in practice. Great work ethic, great intensity, but no poise mentally, and then not sticking to a plan where this is what we need to do with pucks in this situation. The thing about hockey to me is you can't prepare them for every single thing where like football seems to be able to prepare them really rigidly. This is what you do on this play. This is what you do on this play. Where hockey is more, I can't tell you what's going to happen. You're just going to have to react within our game plan when you are faced with that situation. we still seem to be putting pucks to areas that we want to keep away from versus putting pucks in areas that's going to play into our favor. Or staying focused and poised when things start to go sideways in terms of scramble or whatever. We want to do so much. We want to conquer the world versus just stay to the game plan and stay focused and execute under those circumstances. We haven't been great at that.
Coach, can you talk a little bit about the goaltending from this weekend? It seemed like both goalies really played well.
Yeah, I think they played well. You know, I believe Andrew would like to have that first period back on Saturday. You know, the third goal for sure. Second goal, it should have been a shot block from the penalty kill perspective, but, you know, it's a puck that they had great traffic in front, and then the first goal was a breakaway. But I thought he settled down really well after that. And then we really thought Nick played well on Friday. I thought from where I was, Nick was busier than Andrew was. I mean, the stat sheet said 20 to 18. We had the grade A opportunities at 9 to 5 for us on Saturday. And then, you know, Friday it was a lot more lopsided in Michigan's favor. So I thought they both played well. Just like our defense and our forwards, I'm looking for both of them to continue to improve and expect more from themselves. There's no exception to this high expectations and hopefully results following those expectations. I know they expect a lot from themselves, and that's a good thing. Now we just have to execute better from their perspective as well. And I think in the terms of one versus the other, I thought Andrew, there was a couple pucks he'd like to have. I thought for the most part Nick had the pucks he should have had, and then got beat on a few there. So I was happy overall.
How many guys are you going to take to Clarkson?
22, just like a normal weekend.
Saturday night after the game, you mentioned you thought you were headed in the right direction with the team D. What specifically did you like?
Well, I liked the fact that we, on the bench, it seemed like we had limited the chances against. Watching the tape, we absolutely did limit the chances against. However, the 3 goals they got in the first period in particular were just way too easy. They were just way too easy. We expect teams to have to earn their goals and earn their chances. And, to limit a team like that to 20 shots and 5 grade A opportunities is really good. But to lose the game 4-2 based on 3 goals that you just said, we'll turn the puck over, we'll go kind of skate wherever we want to go and skate out of position, that's what made me kind of come down to reality when we watched that tape back. Saturday night after the game, you feel okay, and then you watch the tape and you think, man, we handed that away. There was more. We were more into that game than a 3-0 score or a 4-1 score, and we need to improve on that. And that's been our focus this week. Is that, hey, look, we played a good game, but we lost, and we need to find a way to play well and win against anybody.
What do you expect from Clarkson this weekend in terms of what you're going to see?
No, I think we're going to see a good team. They're coming off a big win in St. Cloud. They beat St. Cloud 6-2 on Saturday night, which was an answer for them after having a tough one against UNO on Friday night. I'm expecting to see tough competition. I've been in this rink before as a visitor, and there's a hometown or a home crowd advantage for sure. I'm sure they're focusing on Saturday night's game and Saturday night's result versus Friday night and making the necessary adjustments from one night to the next. So I'm expecting an extremely difficult weekend in all aspects. We have to be ready. We have to be focused. This is our first road trip together, which I think can be a good thing from the team chemistry side and spending time together away from Bowling Green's campus. But I also feel like it's going to be difficult circumstances.
What does Clarkson do well? What did they do Saturday night that maybe they didn't do Friday?
I think they competed much better. I mean, just in watching a little bit of the game and listening to people talk, I don't think they competed very well on Friday night. So I'm expecting them to compete extremely hard for our weekend based on what they did on Saturday. St. Cloud is a top 7-8 team in the country. UNO is a top 15 team. So they had a very difficult weekend. But obviously, in terms of opponent, so did we. We competed well, didn't execute well at times. I'm expecting it's going to be 2 teams competing extremely hard, and who executes better is going to be, come out on top. That's probably no different than any other game in any other sport. Our focus is going to be, we like to break down our games in terms of the process, and we have, objectives for every game. And The results of our objectives this past weekend weren't very good. Not the objectives to us is the process of the game. It's shot blocking, it's offsides, it's special teams, it's grade A opportunities, it's face-offs. And we need to improve on those things. Our face-offs were not good all weekend long. Both nights, 40%, not acceptable. We lost the power play penalty kill game both nights, not acceptable. These are things we need to start to improve on. And to this point, you know, yeah, we played a team that has good special teams in Michigan, but most teams are going to have good special teams. We need to have good special teams. So I'm expecting Clarkson to work extremely hard and be a team that's going to give us everything we can handle. Hopefully we're ready.